Coming up on today's episode, we are ranking Magic Kingdom snacks. It's going to get a little bit heated. We're going to debate. We don't all love the same snacks. Spoiler alert, but only one snack will reign supreme. You're going to have to listen all the way through, find out which of the top 10 snacks that we rank hits number one and where the rest fall along the way.
Grab that moment whenever you have it, because those are the unplanned moments that you want so badly for your family that you talk about for the rest of your life.
Hey y'all, it's LJ here, owner and founder of Smart Moms Plan Disney and Smart Moms Travel. We are so glad you're here for another episode of the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast. Now, here's your host, Allie.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast. I am your host, Allie. I'm here today with Katie and Becki. Hello. How are you guys doing?
Snacks.
Yes, that's the vibe.
Yeah, I'm so excited. This is what our Smarties want. We're going to be talking about snacks today. We're going to be probably arguing a little bit today. I already had to kind of determine, like, am I going to stay true to me or am I going to sabotage you if you try to rank something too high? That's kind of where I'm at today.
Oh boy, we're coming in hot.
Yeah. We're going to be ranking snacks. It's been so long since we ranked anything on this show, but when we do, I get so excited. Snacking is like the reason why some people go to Disney World. They just go, some people go to ride Guardians, some people go for the characters, and then there's this whole group of humans that literally go to Disney World for the snacks. And Magic Kingdom being one of the most magical places you can possibly be, plus the snacks. I mean, I cannot wait to get into it. It's going to be really, really fun.
I can't even imagine getting to be an Imagineer thinking through what new snack are we going to put onto our menu? Where are we going to place it in the park? Is it going to fit in an Epcot festival? Is it going to go into Magic Kingdom? And if it's going into Magic Kingdom, there are epic places to get snacks at Magic Kingdom. So many so that we're going to have to end up having some kind of honorable mentions because there's just too many great options.
Yeah, there really are. And we will have those honorable mentions because I don't want anybody to miss out. And we'll talk a little bit about our system and how we're going to do it in a little bit. But I think most of our Smarties know we pre-record a lot of our episodes. So when this one comes out and everybody gets to hear it, Valentine's Day will have just passed. Is that something that you all celebrate? Like, are you big Valentine's Day people? Because we are not Sweetest Day people. Like, I don't even think that's a real holiday. But
What's Sweetest Day?
Right, exactly.
Like it's a real thing?
No, yeah, no, it's a thing. But it's just a silly thing to me. Like, there's Valentine's Day. Why do we need Sweetest Day, I guess?
I've never heard of it ever.
I guess you have to know how to play euchre, I guess, and live in a place to know what Sweetest Day is. I mean, Sweetest Day is a silly holiday, and Valentine's Day is the real holiday.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
Is Sweetest Day like for your kids?
I mean, I think for some adults, their sweetest is probably their kids. But
Interesting.
But my family, my sweetest is who I'm married to, but we still don't celebrate that day. But I do like Valentine's Day. Do you all celebrate?
I love Valentine's Day, but in my heart of hearts, my core is rooted in just romance. Like I'm a romantic heart person. And so everything that I do is just, how can I spend time with my favorite person? Sean, my hubby, is my favorite person to spend time with. I love and adore each of my children. But truly, if I was like, I want to go do something new and exciting, I want it to be him, which is cool because we're knocking on the door of empty nesting in, 4 years. And it's good that we still like each other.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's like everybody always says, when your kids graduate, you got to still like that person. You know, like you picked that person first, you got to still like them at the other side of at the kids graduating. So that's quite an accomplishment. Great job, Becki. I wouldn't call myself a romantic by any means, but I do enjoy time. Like time is probably my love language. Not probably, it definitely is. So I wouldn't call myself a romantic, but I really, really value time and doing things together, doing things just us together. I, like you, Becki, if I'm going to experience something new or just even something exciting, like I want it to be with my person. So I do like to celebrate Valentine's Day, but this is like a very busy time of year for us just in general and phase of life. Let's be honest. Like this time of year is hard with our dance studio. And then this phase of life is hard because all of our kids are in multiple different activities. So we have jam-packed days. the weekend does not care that it's Valentine's Day, right? Like we have 4 practices, we have tournament, we have a competition. I mean, everything going on surrounding it. So I don't know that we'll get to celebrate, but I do like to. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Earlier this week, I was thinking back on our prior Valentine's Days. Matt and I are going to be celebrating our 10-year wedding anniversary this year, May. I was thinking back through all of our Valentine's Days. Last year, we took a family date where we took the girls to Melting Pot, and that was great and fun in its own way. But I actually think that my favorite Valentine's Day, as between he and I, is it was one of our very early ones after we had Bella, my oldest, and we didn't have a lot of money. And so we didn't go out to dinner anywhere. There was no date night. I made a pot roast at home. We had sparkling Welch's cider. We spent a couple hours that day just cutting out and making Valentines out of construction paper and glue. And I think that is probably my favorite Valentine's Day ever, is just making construction paper Valentines with my husband.
Doesn't always take much. When our oldest was 2 months old, we couldn't go anywhere and we were exhausted, and we ordered Cheesecake Factory or something in. And that was like really nice. It was just us. It was quiet. She went to bed, not my wife, my baby. It was great. It was awesome. But I prefer go out. I prefer go have a glass of wine.
Yeah, I think where I've been a teacher, I spent 14 years as a teacher, and now Sean's a teacher. Valentine's definitely has a presence in the classroom as well. And so sometimes just having time to step away from the chaos of life. I don't necessarily think that Valentine's Day in and of itself is the driver of us wanting to do a date night, but it's a good reason to just prioritize, hey, it's Valentine's Day, I was thinking about you kind of idea. However, I was also thinking, I was just at the store with my middle child. We went and were picking up just like random something. I don't even remember. And we went down the Valentine's aisle, you know, like where they have all of the different things that your kids will take to distribute to their class. And McKenna freaked out because she saw these little bananagram kind of things. They're like little gummies that you would you would give to your classmates, and they say you're appealing, like appealing with air quotes, right? And this gummy actually peels, and inside is a different kind of banana. Like you peel this gummy.
Wow.
Your faces are making me laugh. But not just the banana gummies. Apparently, this is big on TikTok or something because she knew exactly what they were when she saw them. But on this particular one, it said class distribution for Valentine's Day idea, right? This thing had 38 gummies in it. Is that not just like a representation of where we are in American education, that we have to put 38 Valentines in a pack for a classroom?
Oh, yeah. We have, well,
Oh my gosh.
my kids do a Spanish immersion program. They have 2 classrooms, actually. So we actually have like 50 kids that we are counting for Valentine's. And what about Valentine boxes?
Oh,
The Valentine boxes. So we actually are a crafty family. So here's my Magic Kingdom mom moment. We like to enable our kids to make a Valentine box, but my kids' classrooms didn't do it this year. This year, my younger 2 are making bags in class together. And my daughter, I guess, is of the age where now it's a math project. So she had to bring a box in, and now decorating the box and creating the box is a math project for her math class. So we didn't have any of the creative ones or anything like that this year. But in the past, we turned an old milk jug into a Valentine box, and we covered it in pink palm puff things and made it a pig. It was like super cute.
Oh.
It was
Oh
so
my
cute.
gosh.
And I definitely have a picture. It was like literally adorable. But yeah, we didn't get to do that this year.
Well, we don't get to gloss over the fact that I think something historic may have just happened, and that is Allie just admitted that she is a Magic Kingdom mom.
Yeah.
I kind of air quoted it, I guess.
No, there were no air quotes happening.
And thus begins the backpedaling.
I did also say that my kids were in a Spanish immersion program, which kind of also makes me an Epcot mom. And
We love you.
but we do like making the Valentine boxes. But I know that it's a bit of a point of contention for some. And then parents put them on Facebook, and then you see what all the other kids are making, and then it becomes the moment of panic. Like one of my friends posted her daughter's Valentine box, and it was like somehow they had wired it because it lit up.
Oh.
So these boxes get extreme now at this point.
I can safely say my oldest is only in 2nd grade. but we have never made a Valentine's box. It's always been they make a bag at school. What would you say is the grade where they have to make a box?
Over. I would say over by now. Mine were doing it in the younger grades. As they got older, it became more of a like an all-inclusive, we're all doing the same thing all together. Like already my kids are making the bags and the math project. You know what I mean? And they're only in first and fourth. We're kind of already past the custom box. Although my friend that posted her box, her daughter's a year older. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe next year we'll get to make a box again.
I would say it's probably teacher school specific because when I was teaching fourth grade, my fourth graders absolutely would make boxes. And I worked at a technology focused charter school during that era of my teaching life. And we had technology focused boxes that they would design. They would turn their Nike shoebox into iPads and into just different types of creative things. One of them made it a remote control one. And this is comparing mom flex on what kind of Valentine box you're putting out there. And that is not the life I live. I proudly am the order it and send it, not the make the fancy things kind of mom.
Here, here.
We're a make the fancy things family. However, it is truly for our enjoyment because we like it. You know what I mean? I don't like the social media element. I don't like the comparison element, the mom flex. That's like makes you want to throw up. I don't like that at all. That's actually, I think, one of the worst parts about all of these kinds of things. But I do enjoy the creation. I enjoy working with my kids to make it happen. I enjoy their faces when they're super happy with what they've done. So, you know, pros and cons, I guess.
You are not a keeping up with the Karens kind of mom. Is that what you're getting
I
at?
am very much not, but I do like doing the big things because I like doing them. That's what we always say. We're like, we like doing this with you, for you, about you, whatever.
I think that holds true to you because I know some of the things that you all do creatively. The pancakes that you guys do for like the first day of school.
Oh, not you guys. That is not me. That is all my wife. I can't. If I publicly take credit for that, that would be a very, very big problem.
Will restate the pancakes that get made for your children, not by Allie, for their first day of school.
Perfect.
Are amazing, but they aren't something that you're flaunting.
No.
It's you're doing it as your kids love it. Your family just has that as a tradition, and it's not necessarily something that you're trying to outdo somebody with.
No, absolutely not. Never. That's exactly. When that energy is, keep that energy far. So, okay, Valentine's Day, love is in the air. We're going to love some of these snacks. We're going to hate some of these snacks. We are going to rank all of these snacks and come up with a good list for you smarties. Maybe we're going to talk so negatively about something that you're like, well, now I have to try it and I have to see if they're wrong. Or maybe you're like, ooh, that wasn't on my list. It needs to be on my list. Or however you're going to take these rankings and run with them, I'm excited to dig in. We're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back and start ranking. And you're going to want to make sure you stay all the way to the end because we are going to give our scores, but we're not going to have our order and find out which snack reigns supreme at number one until the very end when we tally the totals. This episode of the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast is brought to you by BabyQuip, the #1 baby gear rental service across the US, Canada, and beyond. There is nothing more difficult for my family with 3 young kiddos than when we are traveling. We're just out of rhythm without our things. We just feel out of step and our kids feel off. It can make our vacation feel so much more stressful than it needs to. With a wide range of baby and toddler equipment available, including cribs, strollers, car seats, toys, and more, BabyQuip helps give us some of that normalcy that our kids crave and we need as parents when we are away from home. When they're happy, we're happy. And by using local quality providers that are often moms, dads, and grandparents just like us and you smarties that are listening today, BabyQuip makes sure that you are working with somebody who understands the needs of your family firsthand. If you need it, they have it. All products follow strict cleanliness and safety protocols and are also insured to give you that extra peace of mind that you need to really enjoy your vacation. With convenient delivery to your location, whether it's a home, a hotel, a vacation rental, wherever you're calling, home away from home, they've got you covered. BabyQuip is available in over 1,500 cities, making it accessible. So whether you're heading to Disney World, Disneyland, or another travel destination, BabyQuip will be there for you. With their easy-to-use online platform, you don't have to stress about getting your products. Head to babyquip.com. Use code SMPOD, that's SMPOD, to get $30 off of any order of $150 or more. That's babyquip.com. Pack light, travel happy. Okay, we are back. Like I said at the top, we have not ranked things in a bit. It's been a little while. So I'm going to remind our smarties, people that are listening for the first time to a ranking episode. By the way, if you've never heard us rank things, you're going to want to go back and listen to some of the older ones because we ranked things like character meals and we ranked thrill rides. We've done this quite a few times, and I actually think we get it right most of the time. I'm usually very excited with the way things fall. I don't know how today is going to fall. I think this is a really tough one, so I'm excited to see where it lands. But for people listening for the first time or people that need reminded, the way we do this is we have our list of the top 10 snacks in Magic Kingdom. Again, there are more that we will give a shout out to, but we have just what are the top 10 here on our list today. And we will each go through and give them a score from 1 to 100. So the way I kind of say it is if you were looking more at like a 1 to 10 scale and you wanted something to be a 7, maybe you would give it in the 70s, and then you could kind of slide it up and down the 70s to decide how good is it within that range. We then take the totals for each snack, give it an average based on the three of our scores, and rank them into a top 10 cohesive list. So we will rank them in no specific order, and we will have a top 10 at the end. I sometimes feel very passionate about the things that we rank, and I am like, oh my gosh, if this doesn't make, the top 2, I'm going to be devastated. There are a lot of these snacks where I could see really coming out on the top of the list, and I don't know where you all are going to be. My scores are locked in. Okay. I'm not going to change anything. I was only kidding at the beginning of the episode. I'm not going to change any of my scores. They are locked in. And I don't know if nervous is the right word, but I'm a bit anxious of how these are going to fall.
I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about these things because so often when people think snacks at Disney World, they think popcorn, they think Mickey bar, they think the basics, right? And Disney's snacking, especially Disney World's snacking, there is so many amazing snacks that are unique to individual parks that I'm really excited for people to maybe learn some new snacks that they might have been overlooking that are well known. But then also there's been some recent updates to snacks in Magic Kingdom that are new players to this game.
Yeah, and I want listeners to know for sure, because we're going to be doing this for all of the parks eventually. We are not throwing in snacks that are just Universal Disney. So as Becki was saying, a Mickey bar, right? That is, you can get that walking down the street at Disney Springs. You can get that in the ice cream cooler at your resort. We really are trying to dig in and find park specific options. So this is something that you get at this park, and it is a staple of this park. And that is kind of where we are coming at from this. So we all know that the corner chocolate piece of the Mickey bar in the Mickey ear is the greatest snack bite you could absolutely ever have, but it's not going to be on today's list.
It also doesn't deserve to be on today's list.
Yeah, I'm with Becki.
I'm just going to say again, the best bite of a snack you can take is when you are eating the Mickey bar and you get to the bottom curve of the ear where the ear meets the face and you've got a little bit of ice cream. And it's great. It's the best bite. I eat everything around it, and I save that part for last.
I might dare say it's air quote remarkable.
Yeah, it is.
I love that remarkable has become a diss.
No, no air quotes, nothing. Just like a period. Just it is all those things. But we're gonna leave it off today's list, and we're gonna jump into Magic Kingdom specific snacks. So, Becki, I think it's fitting that you start off the conversation about our first snack here. I'm interested to see where you rank this. We're going to talk specialty popcorns.
It might be worth mentioning that our tour of Magic Kingdom snacking is having some order to the route that we're taking here. And this one is right when you essentially walk into Magic Kingdom, right? The confectionery is right at the peak of turning that corner to head towards the castle. Inside of that confectionery is way too many sweets for us to, we could make an entire episode out of just the snacks that are in the confectionery. But back in that back section of the confectionery is this specialty popcorn area where you can kind of design popcorn, but there are some specific ones that are worth calling out. There is a s'mores, there's a Willie's Sweetest Spoon recipe, and the Mayor's Marvelous Medley are somewhat consistent. And then there's also always one that's themed to the current season, if you will. Like right now, there's a Valentine's version that's going to be themed red and pink and have red and pink M&Ms and all of the different types of things. And really, you're just kind of thinking, let's take traditional popcorn, smother it in chocolate and caramel and other types of candy, ooey gooiness, and make a mess, but put it in a container and over sugar everybody that's going
Mhm.
to do it. I personally love the presentation. I am here for the picture of this particular snack. I am not necessarily here for the actual flavor because I am not a put a chocolate on my popcorn kind of person. If you're putting anything on popcorn, it better be butter or caramel. That's
Mm.
where it ends for me. So I will go ahead and start with my ranking. I actually gave this a 52. I think it is a little better than average, but if I'm choosing popcorn, there is no way I'm choosing the specialty popcorn in the confectionery. I am going across the street and grabbing buttered popcorn, classic for me.
Wow. I'm extremely shocked by that score. I think it's too low. Part of why I love this snack is the like you get to create it element. Like you get to go and pick it out and make it and see it. And I am a put things on my popcorn type of person. I like salty sweet juxtaposition. That is like my go-to. I like the mix. And to me, popcorn, what I'm looking for in a snack is something that's not going to be gone in 1 minute, right? So the popcorn is going to last. You're going to have it with you pretty much for the entirety of the day. So it's interactive, great photos, long lasting, pretty filling. Like you can only eat a little bit at a time. And so you feel satiated and then you can return to it, take it back to your resort, have it on your balcony with a glass of wine that night. I mean, I just kind of think it's like almost a souvenir and a snack. And if you're going to check both of those boxes, you're going to get a high score from me. So I actually gave specialty popcorn a 78.
Mm.
To each their own. To
Yeah,
each their own.
that's interesting to me. The only way that I have had the specialty popcorn is the Christmas time one where they put in little crushed up bits of candy cane and Hershey syrup and M&Ms. And if on hot popcorn with the peppermint and everything, that was fun. We got the popcorn, we sat at the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party and we watched the parade. That was great. But to Allie's point of you can eat some later, I do not want to eat popcorn later after it's had Hershey syrup on it for a few hours. So I did not love it so much after that. I was thinking 73 is probably going to be my score for this one.
Well, I'm officially the harsh one in the group, so come at me, I guess, if that is what it takes. But for me, I love the picture. I really do think it's a really cute picture, and even the experience of building it, like if you want to make it for yourself. But
You love the experience and the picture so much you gave it a 53.
yeah, because the treat
I
itself
give it a
is
52.
I can't wait to hear what you give treats that take bad pictures and don't come with experiences.
am I gonna give anything a 15? Maybe. I don't know. I'm harsh on
Oh,
snacks. I have some pretty strong feelings, and I have to speak up for those people who feel like this is a snack that has a lost identity. It is just a picture, and then it ends up in the garbage can.
That is not the pop, but that's not the popcorn. That is not the popcorn. And also, it's funny that you say you're harsh on snacks. I was really harsh on rides. I'm not as harsh on the snacks because well, we'll see. All right, let's see. I'm going to start the next one. The next one is going to be the spring rolls, the spring roll cart in Adventureland. So on your way into Adventureland, this is an absolute staple. This is a really interesting snack because for some it's almost like a meal supplement, right? You can really get full in these. You get two. They change the flavors. There's the cheeseburger and the pizza, but then I think they have some other ones too, like buffalo chicken sometimes or random stuff like that. I think I've seen. They sound great in theory. I don't necessarily love the flavors in all of them, but they are really fun and they are really filling. And they do take a great photo since apparently photogenic is going into today's criteria as part of how we score things. So I do think they're photogenic, and some of them, I like the cheeseburger ones, but I think I was just really hungry when I ate that. I mean, I was like starving, and I needed food, and something sweet wasn't going to cut it. So sometimes I don't. That has to like weigh a little bit on my answer, but I wasn't too harsh on these. I gave them a solid 68.
Is that an air quote
No,
solid? Because 68 does not feel very solid.
I think for being filling and for being a staple of an environment and for having differing flavors and swing out flavors, I think that that is a really fair, strong score.
that's
Okay.
interesting.
Katie.
Yeah. So of our list today, there were two that really stuck out to me as like my favorite things on the planet. And this is one of them is the spring rolls. So I love love the cheeseburger spring rolls, and I do live pretty close to the parks that we can just be like, I'm hungry for some spring rolls. Do you want to go to Magic Kingdom tonight? And we have done that once or twice. I'm gonna give, especially the cheeseburger spring rolls, because those are my favorite. I'm literally giving those a 98 because I love
Oh Lord.
them.
Katie,
I
Katie,
can eat
Katie,
them
Katie.
multiple times a day. It's great.
Oh,
We're
this
taking
is
this with a grain of Katie also loves the Pop-Tarts. So
Ah!
yeah, I was gonna say Katie also loves the pop. I can't necessarily trust I mean the cheeseburger spring roll was good because I was starving, is what I said.
You're so funny.
no,
I
no.
don't know if it was like good by good standards.
Oh no.
Well,
There's a whole following behind the spring roll cart. The spring roll cart sells out.
Do you lead it? Do you lead the following? Did you create it? Are you the head of the following of the spring roll cart? I don't know if anybody I've ever heard anybody
You
love them as
are
much as
so
you.
funny. No, I did not create the
Ah.
following, but I am definitely a hardcore part of it.
if you are giving the spring roll cart a 98, you might be in the place where you need to start like a Facebook group about the spring roll
Maybe
cart
I
to
will.
because there are people who will stand in line for exorbitant amount of time, longer than a ride, to get these spring rolls. And I think it's FOMO. And I think it's FOMO created by people who like, I don't know, mediocre
Ah!
food. They're a good picture.
Shots fired. Shots fired. I
Yeah.
want to know if you love the spring rolls too. You need to come tell us in our Facebook group because this is a travesty.
Specifically, the cheeseburger spring roll. I don't know if every time I've tried it because I am always willing to try something at least
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
twice. I've tried it both times and I taste it and I just taste mustard. It just tastes salty to me. Like it doesn't taste like I love a good cheeseburger. Give me a cheeseburger on a soft bread bun that has American melted cheese on it. That is going to be amazing. This is not that. What's saving the spring roll cart for me is the pizza
Mm.
roll ones that taste like a better version of a kid's afternoon snack. Pulling out the pizza rolls out of the freezer is what my heart pulls on here. And so I truly might just be the bitter Betty on this particular episode because I'm harsh on these carts. This gets a 49 for me.
Ouch.
Yeah, that feels low, but I like that you were able to support it. Okay. Uh Spring roll cart, yeah. The next snack, we're continuing down through Adventureland. You're gonna head over to the Sunshine Tree Terrace, and you're gonna find the I Lava You float. Katie, you're up here to start
Yeah.
us off with the I Lava You float.
I love the I Lava You short. If you haven't watched the Pixar short, that's the I Lava You one with the two volcanoes and they're singing to one another. Oh my gosh. It is I love that so deeply. Matthew and I actually have matching I Lava You shirts with the volcano on it that we wear to the park together. Okay. So, that would be a great plan for Valentine's Day.
Just don't pair your I lava you float with the spring
I
rolls and
might
it will make for a
Yeah,
great
no.
date.
On Valentine's Day, I would
Yeah.
hit the spring roll cart twice, okay? Um Anyway, I love the I Love You stuff. The float itself is good. It's a different variation of a Dole Whip kind of situation going on there, and we have had it before. It's not my favorite Dole Whip though. I still think it's a really strong contender though for a really good Dole Whip. So I'm going to give it an 83.
Okay, I will give you back your Disney snack card.
It's your turn back.
I agree with you. I do not know that this is the best of the Dole Whips, but with it being built off of strawberry Fanta, I am a fan of flavored
Mm.
Fanta drinks. I specifically love the pineapple Fanta best, but strawberry Fanta with, I think it's orange Dole Whip. And so it is always a good picture. It has Pop Rocks, I think. Don't I
Yeah, they
put
do.
Pop Rocks on
Yeah.
it? Yeah, so it has like a topping on it. It doesn't just feel like just another Dole Whip. It's very specific. The I Lava You short, I completely agree, is great. And leaning in to something Disney with the snack, this is uniquely Disney in that way. I agree with you, Katie. I actually gave this one an 84.
Okay. Things I like about it. The theming, like you mentioned, Becki. Everybody knows I love a good theme. If it doesn't have a good theme, I think it just falls short. The photo opportunity, the creativity that it is not just a Dole Whip. I'm not a huge fan of just a Dole Whip. You know what I mean? This levels up something that's classic, which I do like. Things I don't love about it, the flavor. These are not it's like not my flavors. It's not the thing that I would choose to eat. I do like that it's much easier to take with you. To me, snacking is like on the go. You can go and snack. And sometimes I just think Dole Whip is like kind of hard to eat on the go. Like last time I got a plain Dole Whip, it was like really hot out. I don't usually just go for a Dole Whip, but it was so hot and I was dying. And my friend was going to get them. And I was like, sure, yes, bring me one. Like by the time she brought it to me, it had so much on it that it was just like melting everywhere. Like I couldn't even spoon it fast. Like it was just, I don't know, it wasn't a great experience. The float kind of gives you an opportunity to enjoy this classic thing, but it's not as messy and it's more on the go capable. So I like that about it too. But it's not, again, it's not really in my flavor palette, but I didn't want to hold that against it too much because we are trying to create a list that the majority of people will enjoy. So I gave it a 70.
Yep, that's solid.
Yeah.
Also, with when you saying it melting, I think that's important to keep in mind because this float is something that would be easy to share with two people. I don't think that grabbing this particular float and then getting in line for a ride, you might not get to the end of it and then you'd end up having to chuck it before getting on rides. So getting one and trying it and then taking the picture next to the orange bird wall that's like right there next to
That's
it.
Disney.
Such a cute opportunity. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
that's so
Disney.
Disney.
Disney doing Disney at its best.
Yeah, if you're a person that's there for the snacks, this is like you're gonna get the photo, you're gonna have the experience, and a lot of these good use of a snack credit if you're using the dining plan. You know, especially if you're gonna share the I Lava You float with two, like that's a great use. Okay, that's gonna bring it to me for the next one. We are looking at the pineapple upside down cake with Dole Whip. I have a food aversion, small slight allergy to pineapple, like fresh pineapple. It just tickles me. Like it's not great for me. So automatically this one is tough for me. I don't really like pineapple upside down cake. I really can't eat pineapple upside down cake. I'm not like anaphylactic or anything like that, but it just is an uncomfortable thing. I already said how I feel about just like Dole Whip. I don't think this is a really easy on the go snack. It's from Aloha Isle, which is the classic Dole Whip location there in Adventureland still. So look at all these snacks classic in Adventureland. I mean, that's quite a bit going for it over there. Not a huge fan of this one. Part of it's personal reasons, part of it's presentation and ease reasons. I don't know. It's not for me. I would go for the float over this, although neither are my favorite. I saved the I Lava You float for the theming and the photo more than I am going to the pineapple upside down, which I actually gave a 45.
Ouch.
Oh, ouch. My heart is crying in this moment.
I don't like it, guys. I'm sorry. I don't like it. If you like pineapple upside down cake, sure, but
let me just say, I do not generally like pineapple upside down cake. There's like a texture thing going on there that's not my favorite.
Exactly.
But this pineapple upside down cake is not like other pineapple upside down cakes. So you get a round individual size cake that has pineapple chunks in it. We're not having any
it's like a little bun, right?
It's not like a bunch.
Kinda,
It's just
yeah.
like a round, but there's no stodgy stuff on top of it, right? It's not like a filling or anything like that. And then they put the pineapple flavored Dole Whip on top. And it's the perfect blend. Like, you know how a hot fudge sundae is satisfying and that it's hot and cold together? You get that same sensation with the pineapple upside down cake here at Aloha Isle because you have the warm cake with the cold Dole Whip on top. And it is my favorite snack ever, 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 ever. I'm literally going to give it a 99 because it's my favorite thing ever. As soon as I take a bite of it, I get goosebumps on my arms. It's just so good. And for you to say that it's not a picture-worthy experience, you are so wrong. I have taken so many photos of that snack in front of Aladdin's lamp. I love it.
Just because you could doesn't mean you should.
Oh gosh, come on now.
I think that is going to become a theme of our podcast. Just because you could doesn't mean you should.
That's right.
I'm leaning towards Katie here. Allie, 45 is way too low for
Maybe.
this. And I understand you're coming from it, and pineapple is definitely not your space. But I love this pineapple upside down cake. When you were trying to describe it, the texture of the cake feels a little bit Twinkie-ish to me.
Oh yeah, Twinkie. Let's give that a 99.
Listen, when I say Twinkie, you got some kind of reaction. Not you two that I'm talking to, just people. If you're thinking you like the texture of the Twinkie cake, but then add the flavor of pineapple, drizzle it with delicious cold pineapple Dole Whip.
You are making this worse. You're making me want to lower my score now.
Oh my gosh. It is delicious. Just like Katie said, the blending of the cold with the warm, the non-overpowering piece of the pineapple upside down cake not being like overwhelming, not being an odd texture blend thing. It's delicious. I gave it a 90.
Freaking yeah, let's go.
Oof. Okay, well, if you guys want to give it a try and let us know which side you fall on, walking around with pineapple cake in Magic Kingdom is just not going to be for me. It's never going to be for me.
It's going to be for me every time.
It's not the one. Oh, all right.
The good news is right across from there, you can pick up a Mickey bar.
Which is what I will do every time.
Yes.
Like a Mickey bar is far superior. And it's well themed.
Oh boy.
And the picture will look better in front of the
You
carpet.
can get a Mickey bar at Walmart in your freezer section. You cannot get a Dole Whip with the pineapple upside down cake.
First of all, you can get Dole Whip in the freezer section of my grocery store, but both of those items are absolutely imposters. They do not taste the same as when you get them in Magic Kingdom. Okay?
That was something I was actually going to bring up is I actually was really disappointed when Dole Whip started becoming available in other places because it made it feel less Disney.
Yeah.
I grew up that Dole Whip was at one place, and that was the Tiki Room at Disney, right? In my head. Of course, you could always get it at the Dole Plantation in Hawaii as well, but once it started making its way into froyo shops, and now you can get the little cups of it at your local grocery store, it made it feel less Disney. And maybe that plays on my Mickey bar as well. Because I see it when I'm walking down the aisle, I see similar ones. They're not the same, but similar ones. But that's what makes this one unique. You don't get the pineapple Dole Whip upside down deliciousness from your grocery store. It feels very Disney.
That's how I feel about Mickey bars that are in the freezer aisle. Do not, like somebody told me about them when they first became available a couple years ago, and I was like, oh, don't buy me those. That's something I don't want. I need to have it authentic in the park or not at all.
Yes.
Side tangent. You know how we're talking about things you can get in your freezer? You know how we talked a bit on the show about where I'm from Cincinnati, and we talked about Skyline and me loving that. So maybe my palate is just weird anyway. We have this ice cream local to us called Grater's Ice Cream, and it's very famous here in Cincinnati. And they just put out a new flavor, and it's Skyline chili ice cream. I have not tried it yet. Oh, it sounds fantastic. That's like the perfect blend of, that's the snack that's the perfect blend of like savory sweet. I cannot wait to try this. I might even go live on our Instagram on the podcast and try it and review it in real time, because this is probably going to just change my life.
Smarties. This is why it's so hard for us to rate and rank anything. Because we have Allie.
Because Katie values.
Because we have Allie who thinks that Skyline chili flavored ice cream is gonna be great.
Bring it on.
I want to try it. Please go live.
Yeah.
Please let me see this, because I do love Skyline chili, and Cincinnati in general there's something in the water, because I just keep hearing Michigan and Cincinnati, something about those two places. I just need to go breathe in some Michigan and Cincinnati.
Cincinnati is where it's at, and we've got Greater Skyline ice cream. So that was a big side tangent. You cannot get that at Magic Kingdom, but this conversation made me think of it, and I am going to try it. I can't wait. It's definitely going to be better than pineapple upside down Twinkie cake.
Moving right
along.
Of
that I am sure. Beignets. We're gonna leave Adventureland, and this is brand new. This might be the newest snack on the list. Beignets, Tiana's famous recipe beignets. They came to Magic Kingdom. They have been at Disney World in their Mickey form at Port Orleans French Quarter forever, and we talked about them on the show and how delicious they are. They have now come, not in their Mickey shape, but in their classic Tiana beignet famous recipe shape, to Magic Kingdom. This was so needed. I think I've even said here on the show before, like, where are the beignets in the parks? This needs to happen, make it happen. And Disney listened and did. I am beignet all day. Absolutely. Beignet all day. Best snack. Satiating, filling, tasty. A Disney princess made them. Hello? Like, I want food that a princess makes. Yes, absolutely. I am giving the beignets, Tiana's famous, brand new in Magic Kingdom, been waiting forever. I'm giving them an 86.
I am super excited that they have joined the Magic Kingdom more permanently. Like they've been trying around with it, seeing how it was going to fit for, gosh, what feels like at least months now. Seeing them be at that Golden Oak outpost right at the bottom where you're coming out of Pirates heading towards Tiana's. When you buy it, you can turn and take a picture, and Tiana's water tower is right there. Beautiful, beautiful, delicious snack.
Are you calling it a photogenic snack?
Shocker that I would have any ideas about where to take a good picture of a snack. Yes. But I actually prefer the Mickey beignets over at Port Orleans. I'm not going to rate it quite as high as I would if it was the same recipe shaped like Mickey. Like I get why they're doing what they're doing and they are delicious. Not quite as much as I love the Mickey ones. So I'm going to give it an 85.
I agree with you. Anything shaped like Mickey, it just tastes better. I don't know if it's truly the recipe or if it's the shape, but if you're going to shape you like Mickey, you're going to taste better. That is just true at Disney every time.
Okay, I am going to preface this with if they were the same Mickey beignets as what you can get at Port Orleans French Quarter, they're fluffy. They got the powdered sugar. They're Mickey shaped. They have like the boozy beignets over there too, like right there by the Jazz Club. There's so much greatness about the beignets over at Port Orleans French Quarter. And if we were talking about those ones specifically, I would give it a 95. However,
I would give those 100, just so you know. I did lower, for everything you're about to say, I did lower my score because the beignets at French Quarter would legit get 100 from me. That might be my favorite snack on property.
yeah, they're fantastic. Those beignets are calling my name. However, I have ordered Tiana's in Magic Kingdom probably 3 or 4 times now. And every time I'm just underwhelmed. They're puffy and not puffy in like a delightful way, but like in a here's a very hollow beignet way. And they're a little greasy as well. I was happy that they became an addition to Magic Kingdom, but I'm not going out of my way for them. So I'm going to give it a 62. Sorry.
I don't know that you have to apologize for it, but it is a very different
I will accept
beignet.
I will accept the apology.
I think these ones are more traditional beignet than the Mickey beignet in flavor, in texture, in everything. Like when I fly through New Orleans a lot, and I always get beignets in the New Orleans airport, and these feel very similar to those beignets that I get every time I go through that airport.
So what you're telling me is I don't ever have to go there. I can just keep going to Port Orleans French Quarter.
No, 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 no. You have to go experience New Orleans. It is very unique city.
I got those beignets in the New Orleans airport just this last year. It was actually on opening day for the NFL. My team, the Bengals, they fell really hard that day. It was tragic. It was really, really tough on me. And I went into just like this spiral of emotions. I didn't expect the loss and it hit me very deeply. And I went a little bit insane. And I remember I went and I bought a bag of beignets. I pretty much ate the whole bag to myself. I bought a mug, a beignet mug, just sort of out of like, I'm in a bad place right now and I just want to spend money and eat beignets. They were delicious and they absolutely cured my sadness for at least like the 5 minutes that it took me to devour them. And I agree with you. I compare them to that and I think those are really, really good. So good. And Katie, you do have to experience that. Absolutely. Great place. Okay, you go ahead, Katie. You're up first here on this one.
Okay, so we've had our beignets over at Tiana's, and now we're walking back up towards the Liberty Square kind of area, and we are going to hit Sleepy Hollow for a Mickey waffle. Now, there are different kinds of Mickey waffle in that you can get different toppings, like they have the sweet and spicy maple chicken, so you got the chicken and waffle kind of thing happening. They have Nutella with bananas and berries with whipped cream. It hits the same notes for me as a funnel cake. You could put all those same kind of toppings on a funnel cake and I'd be happy with that. But, you know, you can only do Mickey waffles that way at Disney, right? So, of course, you're going to get the Mickey waffle version. I do love a really good the Nutella. I want the sweet side of it. I can appreciate the protein and the chicken and waffles kind of side of it. I can appreciate that. It's just not really my particular palate. But I do really love those sweet waffles with all of the different fruits and everything you can put on it. So I'm going to give it an 85.
Fair. I love this one as well. And that Sleepy Hollow is such like a little hidden treasure. Maybe it's not hidden because it always has a line. You can mobile order here, which is pretty awesome. But like Katie was saying, all of these things can be on a funnel cake, which you can order funnel cakes here. So another hidden thing there. I love specifically about the change because they used to have more of like a regular waffle that you could hold kind of like a taco kind of idea is what this used to be. They've shifted it over to being a Mickey waffle, which feels a little bit more, not a little bit more, a lot more Disney branding in terms of feeling more magical, if I dare say that.
Yes.
But because of the variety you can get here with these Mickey waffles, I can't participate in Nutella anything, but having it as an option for people who enjoy that hazelnut flavor, I love that for them. I love it exists for them. But I could go berries and cream or sweet and spicy maple chicken all day, any day. Both of those are great options. I think this is like a perfect place to start your day if you're looking for something for breakfast after you rope drop. Go over to Sleepy Hollow and grab a Mickey waffle, and those who want savory or those who want sweet, everybody can find something. I think it's pretty amazing. It's 91 for me.
This is the greatest snack at Magic Kingdom. It is variety. It is beautiful. Like you get it right by the castle. You can take the picture. You can get it sweet or savory, as you all said. And my preference would be the chicken one, the sweet spicy maple chicken. Absolutely, give me that all day. So I like that we're kind of spread out here. We all acknowledge that we would eat them all, but we kind of all have a different preference, which is cool. Mickey waffle in any version here from Sleepy Hollow, and specifically the maple chicken one, I give it 96.
Wow. You really like that one.
I just think it checks every box that you need it to. Good theming, photogenic, great flavor, good variety, convenient, filling. I mean, I don't really know what else you want from a snack. Oh, and it feels more like a meal. What else do you want from snack? It's great.
I agree.
It checks every box.
And they're even big enough that if you're not wanting something, maybe you're not extremely hungry, completely shareable worthy. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's great. So, Becki, that starts you then to the creme brulee croissant over at Gaston's Tavern.
I felt so bad taking this one simply because I know how much Katie loves Gaston's Tavern. But I am so happy to talk about this. This is one that's been at Disney for, I don't know, it hasn't hit a year yet, I wouldn't think, but it's newer on the list of things to try. It is absolutely hitting the picture worthy, and it is absolutely hitting the delicious marks. It is sweet. It is, I don't know. If I was to compare it, everything that would take me to Gaston's before was that cinnamon roll that's there. This blows that cinnamon roll out of the water for me. Give me this all day, every day. It is delicious. It hits all of the marks of everything when you're feeling that little bit of like a sweet tooth that you want. The sizing, I don't know that I would want to share it with anybody. It's not super big in terms of, like, if you're going to share, you're going to get like a bite is what it would come down to. It's another really, really delicious snack option. I gave it an 87.
Yeah, the cinnamon roll at Gaston's is not good. As somebody that likes cinnamon treats, I just think that it's a bit, I don't know, not the best one I've ever had. So
I'm giving you a side eye.
So I was worried about this croissant. You have nothing to worry about on this croissant. It's really well done. The dough itself is perfectly caramelized, yet still flaky. And then I don't think, Becki, you mentioned it's filled with a vanilla bean custard, right?
Yeah, like a custard.
And I love vanilla bean. I feel like so many times when things are filled with things like this, it's usually like a cream cheese, and I don't really care for that. The fact that this is more vanilla based on top of the caramelized flaky dough, very, very good. A little rich for me. So like actually I would split it. A whole one might make me sick. So like for me, a bite is perfect. I gave this an 85.
I think what's interesting about this is it's not something you can get really anywhere else. Like the creme brulee croissant, you're not going to find that at your local amusement park. You're not going to find that anywhere else. So it gets a lot of points for me for it being very unique and for being at Gaston's, as Becki pointed out, right? Anything there, I'm pretty much on board. I wouldn't call myself a picky eater, but if I'm going to be picky, it's a texture thing for me. I love this one for the flaky layers of the croissant with that custard, and then also the crisp of the creme brulee. I think it hits a lot of marks for me too. I am going to give it an 84.
We're all similar there, which I really like. It's the first time we've really agreed. And I do just think that if you're going to have a filling like that, you do need something to offset the creaminess. And I think this does a good job. This is like a really, like, I think it's a nice balance. They really knocked out of the park. I think I'm first then for this next one.
Your face says it all.
Oh, I have a hard time even talking about the turkey leg. Okay. It is just gross. The flavor might be fine. To be frank with you, I have not had one because the visual grosses me out so much. We have this thing called the Renaissance Festival where I live. Is that like a thing where a lot of people have that, or is that just a thing close to me?
There will be Ren fairs everywhere. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So a Renaissance festival is where this belongs, like, and outside of that, I understand that a turkey leg is iconic for Magic Kingdom and Disney, and that people literally go for the turkey leg and that it is not ever going to go anywhere. That's fine. I understand that there is a cult following for the turkey leg. I get it. It's fine. I hear it. I validate it. Whatever. I can't get on board with walking around just barbarically chomping into this veiny, red, giant leg. It's disgusting.
Oh, gosh.
You're just like walking around eating a leg. It's visually disgusting.
I can't.
And I like meat. Like, I like turkey. I like eating chicken. Like, I'm not adverse to poultry, but I am at Magic Kingdom, like, walking around. And when I see one walking toward me, I literally am like,
wait, you're seeing what walk towards you? A turkey? Or...
well, yeah, I'm seeing somebody carry a leg toward me. I literally am like, I have to run away. I'm not on board. The only reason it didn't get like a 1 is because it's so iconic. And I understand that part of what makes Disney Disney is being rooted in nostalgia and things that feel iconic. The turkey leg is one of those things. It just is. But it is not for me. I don't want you to see it. If we go together and you want to order it, let's just split apart for that time. Like, let's just like go do our own thing for a little bit and then we'll meet back up after. I gave the turkey leg a 20.
Okay. Well, I don't want to beat a dead turkey while it's down, but back to our theme of just because you can does not mean you should. It is classic snack. It might be something that's hanging on because of time. Since time as classic as popcorn, but popcorn exists despite that time passing. I feel like this is found back in that Prince Eric's Village market. It's across from the entrance to the Little Mermaid ride. If you are a classic Disney snack and want it, because I don't know why you would, but if you are that person, they must sell them or they wouldn't keep them there, right?
Oh, they sell them. I see people tearing into those legs.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are apparently not those people. I gave it a 25. It's just not it.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp as both of you. I love turkey. Turkey is great. I will have turkey probably more often than most people. Matt and I will cook turkey and everything ourselves. The leg itself as a visual is not usually a problem for me. But you put that in the context of Magic Kingdom and it does become a problem for me.
So weird.
Yeah. It doesn't even taste really like weird. Turkey though.
It doesn't.
It tastes more like ham.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very greasy. Yes.
And it's very gross.
Yeah. I have hang-ups, and one of my hang-ups is you cannot waste something. We don't waste anything. Matthew and I bought a turkey leg once to share. I took a bite out of it, and I went, Oh no. And Matt took a bite out of it and he went, ooh. And we threw away that turkey leg, and that never happens in our house. Yeah, I'm gonna give that a 15, just out of respect for you guys that really like it. I'll give it any points at all.
That turkey leg would be going in the trash after the first bite, either still whole, or if I forced myself to finish it, it'd still be going back in the trash can, but it would just be coming like back up.
Oh no.
no. Oh.
Yeah, it's going somehow that turkey leg is ending up in the trash. You just have to
Oh.
decide, when.
Oh,
Oh
yikes.
no.
Poor turkey leg.
Ugh, gross. Okay. Go ahead, Katie. You're up now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was so traumatized that I lost where we were.
We only have 2 more snacks to rank, so I'm getting excited. For people that haven't been like scoring and trying to calculate goal, I actually don't know where we're falling. So this is going to be really fun. We have 2 more to go. You're up.
All right, we're back by The Little Mermaid, and now we're going to walk over towards the teacups, where there is a little cafe situated just beyond the teacups ride, sort of between the teacups and Cosmic Rays. I feel like so many people walk past that and don't even realize it's there. They have plushies and stuff there as well, but the thing that we're going to be talking about today is the Cheshire Cat tail, which is sort of like a chocolate croissant. It's a long flaky pastry that has chocolate filling, and then the Cheshire Cat tail element of it that plays into the theming is they have periwinkle purple and magenta icing that stripes it, so it looks like the Cheshire Cat tail. I do consider myself a Disney foodie, and at the top of the episode, Allie was talking about there are people that come to Disney just to try the snacks. And that was me. I wanted to try all the snacks at Disney. Our first trip, I was like, I'm here to enjoy the snacks. The Cheshire Cat tail was high on my list to try. I have not had it again since that first trip that I took a few years ago. It's not that it's bad, but it's just there are so many choices of better snacks that you could do in Magic Kingdom. I feel like going as low as like 50 is a little bit harsh, but it's also not standing out that makes me want to give it like a 90 or anything. Let's give it a 65. That feels fair.
I kind of feel the same about the Cheshire Cat tail. It feels kind of like, what am I missing? This is classic. Everybody knows that it's there. Well, at least diehard Disney people know that it's there. It's a staple in Magic Kingdom. I try it and I'm like, meh, is my feelings about it. I don't even think that it's the best thing at the Cheshire Cafe. I think they have like a Miriam birthday cake or something that is delightful if you are into sweets. But because it's a classic, I will give it a 50. But I don't think it's any better than a 50. So I stand at a 50.
Okay, I feel like that's fair too.
Yeah, it is. Side note, my daughter's dance team is doing an Alice in Wonderland piece this year. It's really cute. And she is the Cheshire Cat. So I'm very, very, very much, I don't think she actually knows this exists. She hasn't had it. And so she's so into the Cheshire Cat right now because that's her character in the piece. And we have Cheshire Cat everything at the moment. So I am actually really excited to take her, and next time we're there, get her a Cheshire Cat tail. She's going to flip.
Yeah.
But I do think it does taste like a classic chocolate croissant, like kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of, and I like those, but they're not my favorite ever. I'm very much in line with y'all. I like that it's themed. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not exceptional. We've never gone out of our way for it. And the next time we go, we will for a different reason. You know what I mean? And so I gave it a 59. So a little bit higher than average, but right there in line with what y'all were thinking.
Yeah.
Macy went through a Cheshire Cat era as well. She's my 18-year-old that's at college right now, like a 2006 baby. I don't know if you guys even know that this existed, but there was an era when she was in like 5th to 7th grade where people would wear cat ear headbands. That was totally Macy. That was totally her. And she just completely went through a cat era of her life. And this was totally her jam at that point. So I can't wait to hear how your daughter feels about it and feeling so special. Like, this is something I connect to. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay, last snack on our list. Becki, you're going to start us here. Drive it home with your score on the last snack we have on our list.
I overlooked the lunching pad for years before trying anything here. I think that it's a missed snacking opportunity spot often when you're in Magic Kingdom because there's so many other great options. But At this specific space, we're looking at the sticky bubble bread. It is kind of like a pull-apart bread. It is sweet and delicious and among my very favorite snacks in Magic Kingdom. If we're comparing it to a cinnamon roll, there's several cinnamon roll type of things. I wouldn't even say that this is a cinnamon roll, but it's, if I was to describe it in reference to something, that's where it feels like it would kind of land. And this is far superior to any of those that exist in Magic Kingdom. I truly do love this one. It is a 92 for me. I love this sticky bubble bread.
I love the sticky bubble bread as well. I think this is the thing, like this is one of those things where if you like cinnamon treats, this is the one that does it best in Magic Kingdom, right? Is that fair to say? Mm-hmm. Better than the Gaston cinnamon roll. Skip that. Do this instead. This, not that. Mm-hmm. If you're wanting a cinnamon fix, I think the sticky bubble bread is better. And I think it's a good snack. This is definitely in my palate more than like a Twinkie pineapple cake.
Oh my gosh.
It's definitely in my palate more than spring roll. Like it just, this fits my palate, my things that I like much better. I don't think it's the best thing in Magic Kingdom. And I think my score reflects that. I gave it a 79.
So my feelings on the sticky bubble bread is that I love a good cinnamon roll at Gaston's. I love cinnamon desserts. And this one has a texture that is very satisfying as well.
Yeah.
So I do love it for those reasons. I wish, if I'm looking through the list here and I'm looking at all like the great themed things, the super unique things, where this one misses the mark for me is the uniqueness factor of it. You can get monkey bread at Walmart as well.
Harsh and so not true.
Like that is very unfair. Yeah.
If you love the caramel corn in Germany, that is my number one Disney snack of all time, and this satisfies that flavor for me. Not in Epcot.
Well, I'm not gonna rate it quite as high as you guys did, but I do think it's enjoyable. Let's say that it's enjoyable. So I will give it a 77.
All right, fair enough. Okay. I did not tally anything along the way as we talked. We are going to take one more quick break while we tally these totals, come back, say some honorable mentions, and really find out how these fell in an order 10 all the way down to what is the best snack you can have at Magic Kingdom. We're going to jump into our Friend Like Me segment. Take a minute, listen. We know you're scrolling your phone anyway. We say this all the time. Listen to what our friends have to say, fellow Smart Moms agents. Maybe they have something that you connect with and you want to add them to your daily social media feed. And while you're doing that, take a second, stop what you're doing, like and subscribe. Make sure you have your automatic downloads turned on for the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast so you never miss an episode. Leave us a 5-star review. Recently, Amanda wrote, I love listening to the Smart Moms Plan Disney podcast. They always give great feedback and tips about travel to my favorite places. We won't be able to make it to Disney for spring break because of competitive cheer. I hear you, girl. But I am planning my trip for June. The podcast is very informative. Can't we all relate to having to plan our trips around child activities? Because everything I do goes around child, youth activities, sports, and competitions and tournaments. So, Amanda, you're going to have a great time in June. Hopefully you learn a lot. And we're going to take this quick break and have our rankings when we get back. All right, Smarties, join our friends over at Smart Moms Plan Disney's Riviera Resort. They are talking all about this unique and gorgeous resort, the Riviera, where European elegance meets Disney magic. Full of fun for the kids, upscaled amenities for the adults. It has unmatched convenience of the Skyliner, exceptional dining experiences like Topolino's, which is an incredible dinner with a view, elegant accommodations for all sizes. You can learn all about its amenities, perks, and just what it might take to stay there at Smart Moms Plan Disney's Riviera Resort on Facebook. We talk all the time on the show about the importance of picking the perfect resort. You have to join our friends Smart Moms Plan Disney at Wilderness Lodge for all of the information you need on Disney's Wilderness Lodge. They think that Wilderness Lodge is a great choice for all families and all sizes. This resort is quiet, calm, and serene with peaceful and outdoorsy vibes and amazing proximity to different areas like Magic Kingdom. It's a great first-time deluxe experience that will keep you coming back again and again. That's Smart Moms Plan Disney at Wilderness Lodge on Facebook. All right, we are back. And Becki did the totals. I believe she is the only one that holds the knowledge right now of what the order is. Before we go through it, I want to talk about some honorable mentions. We obviously only ranked 10, top 10. That was our focus here. Some honorable mentions because we couldn't mention them all. Hand-dipped corn dog at Sleepy Hollow. Let's start there. Sleepy Hollow is where you get that Mickey waffle we talked about and all of its different iterations. Corn dog is just like classic, way more classic than a turkey leg, in my opinion. And this one is really good. So I didn't want to stop without talking about that. And for any Smart Moms travel agents listening today, the Hidden Mickey will be classic. Becki, since you are the one that has our ranking order here, why don't you talk about some of these other honorable mentions and lead us into our finals tally?
Sure. One of the things that I also didn't mention when I was talking about how much I overlooked the lunching pad is where is the lunching pad? It sits directly under the Astro Orbiter, my least favorite ride in all of Magic Kingdom, but right between the center of Tomorrowland, which is Tomorrowland's such a classic place to be spending some time in your day under where you're loading for the People Mover. It's a fabulous place to grab a bite to eat, whether it be trying to grab a lunch, a light lunch, or a snack, like we said. And my husband's very favorite snack is this queso fundido hot dog at the lunching pad. They have lots of different types of specialty things, and things will constantly be changing in the lunching pad and what their specialty things that they're offering. So that's a really great honorable mention. I also really love over in Adventureland, there's a little shack to grab some jalapeno poppers. They also have a bacon flight, if you will, but we've tried both of them. The jalapeno peppers are by far superior. I think that the bacon flight is overpriced and overrated in my own personal opinion, but if you're a bacon lover, Westward Ho is a great place to grab a snack. Friar Nook, did you guys know that you can currently get the Tiana's beignets there as well? I don't know that I would count on it being there permanently, but a second place for Tiana's beignets to be sitting. And Friar Nook is over towards the carousel in Fantasyland, straight across from Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And they have something called a mac and cheese hand pie, which I personally have not tried, but it is immediately up at the top of my list for wanting to try. Hand pies.
Sounds great.
Does that sound good to you guys? Hand pies?
Yeah, it actually does.
Awesome.
I feel like Friar's Nook is that place that always has things that I'm like, I want to go there and try that.
Friar's Nook also always rotates out seasonal Sundays. Like in our Facebook community group, we were recently talking about the Rapunzel one that they had there. They often will rotate out Seven Dwarfs type of themed ones as well as seasonal for if there's like a certain holiday going on, they'll lean in that direction as well. So don't overlook Friar's Nook. It's across from the entrance to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, if I didn't already say that. And then finally, when we're talking snacks, we're always thinking like, what can we grab and go? But also might be worth considering if you want to sit down and have something a little bit more hearty and you're not looking for something to grab and go. The Brazilian cheese bread at Skipper Canteen is a hidden menu item that if you just went and got the Brazilian cheese bread and some drinks, what an amazing way to snack with a little bit of rest for your feet. So I wanted to throw that in there as another great honorable mention.
Yep, absolutely. The secret menu bread is one of my favorite things to eat in all of Magic Kingdom. And we've talked before about how Skipper Canteen is my favorite sit-down restaurant in Magic Kingdom. I just think it's overlooked, and that bread is reason enough to go.
Oh, the cream cheese art that they put on the plate to dip it in. All of it is just chef's kiss. Amazing. So delicious. Are we ready to hear the answers?
Yeah, we're ready. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous.
All right, let's dive in. So we're going to start with number 10. I don't know that anybody...
Wait, what do you think? Can we take a guess here what we think was number 1? You already know, but I want to take a guess.
Take a guess, yes.
Okay, I'm going to guess. Actually, I don't know if I want to guess.
Allie!
What do you hope is number 1?
My hope and my guess are the same. I think Mickey Waffle will come out on top. And I think if it does, it will deserve it. And I think if something beats it, that will be sad.
I think the creme brulee croissant could maybe edge out that for number 1, but it would be really close. Yeah?
All right, let's hear it.
Number 10 in the ratings of these classic but some new snacks in Magic Kingdom. Number 10 with a score of 20 as average. Everyone's completely shocked that is the turkey leg. Do you think Disney should get rid of it? Or do you think it needs to stay there forever?
I think it stays like Carousel of Progress stays. You know, it's like it's a classic, iconic thing.
That was rude and uncalled for. That's all I have to say. That was rude and uncalled for.
Many people call me rude and uncalled for, but I am here for the things that are classic. And so I said that's why it got any points from me to begin with.
That's fair. Okay. Coming in at 9 with a score of 58. So that is a big jump. Just because this is coming in at 9, do not feel that like this is not an unworthy snack for you to try and or take a cute picture with the teacups. Right there is the Cheshire cat tail.
Oh, that is surprising to me.
What surprises you about it?
I like it better than so many things. And for it to be 9th, I think is kind of surprising.
Interesting. I'm surprised it's over. I mean, I guess knowing what we scored it, but for it to be higher than 50 kind of shocked me because I don't know anybody that loves it, but worthy conversation. All right. Coming in at number 8, we're going over to Main Street to the confectionery with a score of 67 is the specialty popcorn. Number 7. This one's not too far off from number 8, so lots of these are coming in pretty close. With a score of 71, Katie, sorry to break your heart, this is the spring rolls.
They should definitely be higher on the list, but...
Yeah, that does feel low, but I support it because there are so many good snacks.
Also, maybe we're all just in a sweet, snacky mood for sweets because there's not a lot of savory things on the list, and both of those savory things are in the bottom 5 for us. So keeping that in mind, I guess. Number 6, this one kind of shocks me with a score of 77, Tiana's Famous Beignets.
That's Katie's fault.
I feel great about that. I feel very good about that choice. That feels exactly right to me. 77.
I feel like Tiana's we've been waiting for it to be there forever, and so it surprises me. But I don't necessarily disagree with the score. I thought it would be in the top 5 for sure. The next one is a travesty that it's this low. A score of 78 is the Twinkie upside down cake. Oh, we're not going to call it Twinkie going forward, are we? It is the pineapple upside down cake with Dole Whip at Aloha Isle over in Adventureland.
I actually think the travesty here is having 2 Dole Whip items in the top 5. That feels unfortunate.
Oh my gosh. I can't right now. The pineapple upside down Dole Whip should have done higher. I feel like it should have been in the top 3.
Okay, you got Dole Whip twice in the top 5, so let's just sit down and hear what the top 4 are.
Only 1 point higher. This is how close these Dole Whips are. With a 79, also in Adventureland, the Sunshine Tree Terrace, we will have the I Lava You Flow. I actually feel like the pineapple upside down cake, in my opinion, is the better of them. But the pictureability, the photogenicness of the snack, maybe I should say, is superior probably in the I Lava You Float. It is so cute, delicious. And which park feels most Dole Whip friendly? Magic Kingdom. Like, that's where Dole Whip exists best, in my opinion, other than maybe over at the Polynesian Resort.
Yeah, I was going to say, I prefer to have my Dole Whip poolside at the Poly, I think.
Great choice. All right, number 3. We are jumping into Tomorrowland for the lunching pad, one of my favorite places, like I said, with a score of 82. That is the sticky bubble bread.
I guess I kind of put the sticky bubble bread in the same category as the Cheshire Cattail. I don't know why. I have no idea. They're like totally different.
Completely different.
Completely different, not even the same time. I don't know why I like group them together. Like it would be one or the other. But this one definitely deserves to be higher. So it makes me feel better about our placement.
I think that's fair. So now for the real answer, you guys were correct. It's either going to be the Mickey Waffle or the Creme Brulee Croissant. Both fabulous choices for a snack, especially if you're leaning into sweet. But I love that the Mickey Waffle has that savory option as well. So coming in at number 2 with a score of 85 is the Creme Brulee Croissant at Gaston's back in Fantasyland, which means number 1 is the Mickey Waffle with lots of different varieties of options at the Sleepy Hollow, right there just off of left side of the castle. It's like perfect view, perfect snack, great options for it to hit every flavor that your family enjoys. A score of 90. That's great.
Yeah. I feel so good about it because I think it's fun to do a top 10 because your pieces are going to fall in random orders because we all have different palettes and preferences and all of that. But I do think in all of these rankings we do on the show, we get number 1 right consistently. You know what I mean? And that is, I think, if you go back and listen, I do think we nail number one pretty consistently. And I think regardless of our personal preferences and stuff on snacks, the Mickey waffle really does check all the snack boxes. And I'm so glad. I am so glad that even if it's not our personal favorite among, I think it is like the number one snack you can get at Magic Kingdom that is custom to Magic Kingdom. And I'm really glad that it landed here.
I completely agree. And I think that these particular episodes that where we're ranking things are fun because you get to learn about Disney and you get to banter with your family. Like maybe you're listening with your spouse or you're listening with your kids and you guys can plan about what you want to eat when you're there, but you can also think about things that you tried and like banter with each other about whether it was a good treat or not, because clearly very differing opinions happening within it. And the math teacher in me is like, of course we're going to get it right because law of averages is just going to always have the cream of the crop rise to the top. Except in this case when Allie put a hard push down on our pineapple, our pineapple Dole Whip.
That was all Allie right there.
I'm super proud of that. I'm very happy that I did that. That's totally fine with me. I think, I don't think Dole Whip needs 2 appearances in the top 5. I'll just keep saying it. But good for Dole Whip. Whatever. Good for the Dole Whip lovers. Congratulations. Whatever.
Allie is so bitter right now.
No, because number 1 fell where it should. So
True.
Honestly, 2 to 10, whatever. I don't care. Number 1 fell where it should. I feel fine. Okay, let's do a lightning lane, and we're going to close out today's episode. I'm excited to hear feedback and what other people think. Do you agree with me on the Dole Whip conversation? Is there something we left off? Did you try something that was better than you expected? Everything that you have in regards to Magic Kingdom snacking, come on over into our Facebook community. Let us know. Okay, are you all ready for lightning lane?
I'll pretend to be.
Yes, always ready.
Okay, here we go. Let's do it. All right, we're going to go Becki, then Katie, fast answers. Favorite place to grab a cup of coffee, Magic Kingdom?
I feel like I should sit here and think to make Stacy have some editing on her ticking clock. Oh my gosh. Favorite place to grab a coffee is Main Street. You have to have that cup of coffee on Main Street.
Yeah, I'm with Becki. It has to be the Main Street coffee.
Yeah, it is. Favorite take back to the hotel room snack?
I'm going to say a refillable bucket of popcorn. Classic Disney popcorn. Get the refillable bucket and just continue to fill it throughout your entire stay.
I am going to go with anything from the confectionery. That's usually what we end up doing is at the end of the night, we hit the confectionery on the way out. We're grabbing an apple. We're grabbing some gummies, that kind of thing.
I think the only answer is popcorn for sure. Like there's nothing more hitting the spot than popcorn at night, sitting back in your hotel room talking about the day for sure. Most overrated snack at Magic Kingdom, Dole Whip. Becki, go.
You are losing your Disney card. Dole Whip is not the right answer. And I will likewise apparently be turning over my Disney card because a premium Mickey ice cream bar is absolutely overrated.
Ugh.
I agree with that 100% that they're overrated, but I'm actually going to cast my vote for any of the hot dog associated things. There are so many places to get hot dog products. No. Listen, you can get a hot dog Kingdom is like everywhere.
It's like classic.
Magic Kingdom is it's a great hot dog park.
And if you hate hot dogs, you're like, why are there hot dogs everywhere?
The mini corn dogs.
That's a ridiculous take. I don't like hot dogs, so they're overrated. That's ridiculous.
I do feel that they're overrated because there's so much of them.
All right. Most underrated snack at Magic Kingdom?
I probably would say the upside down pineapple cake. Although maybe because it's such a unique flavor, pineapple is a very specific flavor. And so maybe I actually would say the sticky bubble bread that people just don't know it exists yet.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I was going to say.
I'm going to go with the cheeseburger spring rolls because they're the
Those
greatest.
are not
underrated. Those are not underrated.
They are very underrated.
Those have a cult.
Have you seen the line? Underrated is like nobody knows.
Wait a minute. We need to backtrack now because all of a sudden you're talking about how popular those are.
Popular is not the same. No.
Popular is a totally different conversation. We already talked about how it has its own cult following.
Thank you.
These
Thank
are not
you for acknowledging that.
I acknowledged that when we were ranking. What are you talking about?
You said I should start it.
No, we said, did you start it? And if you didn't, you should start a new one. Yeah.
No.
No, I actually am not forgiving you this time. This is ridiculous. Favorite snack smell at Magic Kingdom, and why is it popcorn?
And why is it popcorn is right? Popcorn is the right answer. However, there are some pretty awesome snack smells. I'm going to throw out a unique one here. The smell of pie in PhilharMagic is so delicious. And you also get a hint of that same sweet smell at one spot inside of Pirates of the Caribbean. I've put way too much time into this. Like, guys, I need a life. I have way too much to think about these things.
Also, you can't eat either of those things. I'm talking like you're walking by and you smell it and you're like, whoa, I gotta have that.
Well, I didn't
It's
say
like
it doesn't have to be something you're gonna eat. It's what you're smelling.
Yeah, you said a smell.
All right,
are you gonna eat the popcorn cart? Like,
I'm gonna eat the popcorn. Duh. Like, and then also the confectionery. There's nothing more iconic than walking down the street and smelling and then like just getting drawn into the confectionery because holy moly, it smells so good.
Popcorn greater than the confectionery, in my opinion.
I agree, but confectionery second. Katie, what are you gonna say?
My
turkey
children?
leg?
No. My children would be so sad if I didn't mention the smell-o-fants that are over in the circus area. My kids see them from a mile away and they're like, Mommy, can we go smell the smell-o-fants? And they want to tour all around that circus area back by Dumbo and smell all the smell-o-fants. So I'm just going to say the smell-o-fants.
Okay. All right. And last one, favorite place to sit and enjoy a snack with a view. I think at Magic Kingdom. I would be shocked if any of us have a different take, but go ahead.
All three of us are going to have the exact same answer. The answer is the hub grass.
Absolutely. Grab your snack, sit in the hub grass, look at the castle. It's so relaxing. It's so beautiful. You're right immersed in the middle of the magic. And if you don't take that time, I just think it's one of the most regrettable things you can do.
Especially at nighttime. Once the fireworks are over, grab a snack and go sit on the hub grass. Talk about what you did for the day. Perfect ending to a day.
Absolutely.
I actually feel like daytime hub grass sitting is my favorite. There was a time when Carla and I were at the parks together and it was like the middle of the day and we were just sitting in the hub grass, just hanging out, looking at the castle. And I said, I feel like we've made it. I feel like this is the moment that I'm like, I have accomplished what I wanted to do in my life. I have officially made it. I'm sitting on the hub grass watching the world around me in front of the castle.
Yeah, it's great. We sat there, Zan and I did, and we got to catch that stage show where Elsa comes out and she does the fireworks. And it was just like a really great moment of I'm immersed in Magic Kingdom and I'm relaxed at Magic Kingdom. And relaxed isn't always the word you pair with Magic Kingdom. Mm-hmm. And so if you can find that, it's absolutely worth it to take a moment.
I agree. And if you're going to spend some time in the hub grass during the day, just be prepared that it can get warm, especially in those summer months, and that sometimes we'll have an afternoon shower that will kind of force you to pick up and go. However, grab that moment whenever you have it, because those are the unplanned moments that you want so badly for your family that you talk about for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, I feel great about our list of snacks here. I feel like we crushed it. I feel like you got to go to Sleepy Hollow and get that waffle. Take a picture on the bridge. Tag us on Instagram. Share it with us in your Facebook group. And if you like one of these snacks that we didn't like, if you love a turkey leg, I guess come and let us know. But I don't think we need the pictures of the turkey legs. Just like pictures of everything else, but maybe avoid the turkey leg. That's going to do it for us on this episode. And until next time, we'll see you real soon. I think you should go over to the Sunshine Terrace and ask for a piece of pineapple cake. And just take that back and enjoy it. No, I think popcorn is the only right.
Who are you?
like let me say that like